Tasman have had their fair share of good luck in the early stages of the ITM Cup, but that has come to a screaming halt with the release of the All Blacks into the competition for this crucial ITM Cup and Ranfurly Shield defence match against Canterbury. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornf1lakes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the ITM Cup, where we're back on board with Tasman here at Trafalgar Park, where we will have yet another Ranfurly Shield defence. It's home games in a row for the Tasman side, who are having to put the hard graft in very early on to keep their hands on the log of wood. Up against them though is Canterbury. We'll come to them in a minute. Of all teams to get at this stage of the tournament, Canterbury is a huge one. As for Tasman though, first up the home side, one change to their team. Of course, the injury to Quinton McDonald sees him out for about 23 days. He's been replaced from Vernon Fredericks in the front row. Apart from that, it is an unchanged side for the Makos, who will need to be on top of their game in every single little aspect if they're going to even think of coming out on top of this match against Big Brother Canterbury. Recent results for them in the last couple of weeks was a close one, 14-8 over Hawke's Bay in their first defence of the Ranfurly Shield. It was, of course, week before that where they took the Shield from Taranaki 17 points to 7. It's their second defence of the log of wood. And up against them is Canterbury now. You can see here Canterbury, they've got their All Blacks back and they have rushed them straight into the starting lineup. They've got Owen Frank, Sam Whitelock, Richie McCaw, Dan Carter. They're all there. All the big names are there. And they've pulled out what could easily be a Super Rugby side today. Canterbury are really pulling out the big guns. Tasman have got a big ask ahead of them when you look at this side. Canterbury's form heading into today's match, they are 3-0, 3 wins, 0 losses. And their last two matches were big wins, 25-15 over Manawatu, but the biggest of all, 51-10 last week against North Harbour. This is a top shelf Canterbury side, and they're coming to steal the shield away from Tasman. The Makos are going to need every single fan to be cheering them on. They need that 16th man. Here it is. Canterbury kicking off. It's the ITM Cup. Round 4. Doubling up as a Ranfurly Shield matchup. Tasman receiving the kickoff. And Cowan has got a loose ball along the ground that he's struggling to get. But Tasman will hang on. Hello Nuka finds Banks, and Banks, oh no, he looked to clear, and he's been taken. A great tackle from Blindell, and Canterbury are on the attack instantly, coming wide, a chance for Osborne, and Osborne scored already. Canterbury lead 5-0. Oh goodness me, Canterbury have hit the lead almost instantly through Patrick Osborne. Wow, what a disgrace. Banks was looking for the clearance kick straight away, but the defence rushed up on him. Adam Whitelock with the pass out to Patrick Osborne. And if you're a fan of any of the career series we've got running here, you'll know that Osborne has been carving up for the Highlanders recently, and he's showing no sign of stopping here in the ITM Cup. First try. What a start for the Cantabs. And Tasman have got their work cut out for them. Winner take all, top of the table, Ranfurly Shield, and Daniel Carter. Haven't seen him in a Canterbury jumper for a long time. Playing an inside centre, nails the conversion, adds the extras, and it's Canterbury up 7-0 over Tasman. Just 5 minutes on the clock too. Wow, what a start here. The Makos instantly on the back foot. Slight breeze against Banks as he kicks off, slightly to the left side, high into the night skies. Cowan gives a good chase, and puts in a good tackle too, Cowan, and he's turned over the ball. Puts off a poor pass to Heem. Heem finds Halo Nuka. Back for Marshall, it's loose play here as Banks takes the tackle. And Perry's on hand. Perry's been just driven straight off that ball, and Hines has come away with it. Good tackle coming in. Tasman looking to get the ball straight back, and they do. Now they come to the left side. Marshall looking to link up with Lowe. Lowe through one half tackle, gets away the sick. Intercepted. Good stuff from Corey Taylor to get the ball back. And he's not releasing. Super work from Tasman. They've got themselves a penalty. And so early on in this match, it would be a no-brainer for the captain. He's gone straight up Marshall and given the ball to Banks and said, have a go. Get us some points. It's the goal for Tasman. Here comes Banks. He's been in good form with the boot today, all this season. And he's nailed that. I think that's just drifted over. It has. It's 3-7. Tasman hit the scoreboard. So yeah, Banks has been one of the best kickers in the league. And he's shown why there. A tough kick on the angle. Slight breeze against him. And he's just got it over. Beautiful kick from Banks, and Tasman find their feet in the game now. It's Cowan takes down the kickoff, and they look to the right side. Fonatier, good ball for Heem. Heem slips in one tackle. Can't go through the second, and Canterbury wrap him up just outside the 22, and he loses the ball. Once again, it's Hines going back for Canterbury through Taylor. Here's Manu. Oh, Manu, high shot. And that's just giving the advantage straight back to Canterbury. Well, that's a shocking tackle right out in front like this. Surely Canterbury will respond with 3 points back. They will. Carter will line it up. And it should be no problem. It's about as close as you could possibly get. Throwing it over. Here's Carter. Stinks it. Easy one. It's 10-3. Canterbury get back their 7-point lead. Well, the ITM Cup has been firing up here. It's been a fantastic competition so far. Such a high level of rugby from all sides involved so far. Here's Banks getting the game back underway, round 4. The ITM Cup, such a hallmark as Kalamatangi slots away the attempted tackle from Hines. And it's another high tackle. Kalamatangi, beautiful intercept. And Tasman, well, they've got the ball right here again. And Banks, unsurprisingly, is lining up another shot. Wow, it could have just about been a try. How easily he swatted away the attempted tackle from Willie Hines. As here's a penalty shot. That's a lot easier. That one sailed quite easily through the sticks. No even thought of it going short at all. That's a beautiful one. It's now just a 4-point game once again. It's 10-6. Canterbury with a slender lead over the Tasman Makos. Daniel Carter kicks off again. This time he goes deep. And at the back, Lowe picks it up. He flicks it around Perry. Now he finds some support with Wheeler. Going back for Banks. Banks slips through one. Tries to go around the second, but a good tackle from Whitelock. Puts him to ground. Oh, and this is struggle time here for Tasman. They lose out again without the ball. Now Canterbury, inside pass for Franks. Finds it inside, and Canterbury are going again. In the 22 they go. Tasman searching for the ball. Hines goes short. And it's around the corner. Advantage to Tasman. That's a forward pass. A lot of quick little passes. Close by for Hines. Got Todd involved. Playing on the blind side, but in the end,
Crouch.
Somewhere there,
Touch.
There was a forward pass.
Set.
So scramble pack down for Tasman, inside their own 22. Really need to get this ball out of here. Priority number 1 for the Makos. Cowan throws it straight back to Banks, and Banks will pump this downfield off his boot. Good kick. Oh, goes over the head of Richie Moanga. And now it's chasing in the back for Todd. He's in a bit of trouble. Oh, McCaw. He's being stuck and smashed by Banks. Osborne's on hand. He picks and goes with time. Oh, and Osborne's taken an injury as well. Oh, great chase from Tasman. Surely they're not here to make up the numbers. It changed, though. Things not getting any better for Tasman, as Crotty will come on to replace Osborne. Oh, such a rich Latin province is Canterbury.
Touch.
5 to go till halftime. Canterbury lead by 4. It's 10-6. Scrum packs down. Injury to Patrick Osborne. Bit of a blow there for the Canterbury side. But with all those All Blacks coming back, it should be no problem. Hines goes to Blindell, and Blindell is hammered from Cowan. Huge shot from Jimmy Cowan. Tyler Blindell loses the ball. Here it is. Squire going for Fredericks. Big pass. Hello, Nuka Nuka. Over the top he goes for Heem. Heem gets away from one half. Attempted tackle. Eventually goes to ground. Heem, good run. Still here for Tasman. Banks over the top. Marshall looking. Funatia. He's got speed. So does Lowe. And Lowe's taken. Good tackle. McNichol on hand. And it is Tasman. Going side to side, trying to find a way through. Cowan to Marshall, straightens. Oh, he's created a bit of space here. Funatia up for Banks. Banks is away. Banks inside, going through 1 and 2. Banks will score right on the break. That's a killer blow for Tasman. And Marty Banks, one-man team at the moment. He is lighting it up for Tasman. The Makos will take the lead into the break, but it was all back. Marshall, the initial bust. There was the runaway. Too much speed for the forwards in the back line. But it was a straightened run. There it was just before that clip started from Marshall that created the indecision. Richie Moanga at the back couldn't handle the hot step off the right foot from Marty Banks. And early on it looked like Canterbury might be just crushing their way through this match. They have been stopped, halted in their tracks here by a determined Tasman Makos side. Here's Banks to send the sides to half-time with a beautiful conversion right out in front. Kicks the leather off the ball if they had leather on it. And it goes sailing into some poor person's house out of the field. But we are heading to half-time. It is Tasman with a 3-point lead, 13 points to 10 over Canterbury. Well, some may be surprised by this, others possibly not. Tasman are a good side that have definitely built up very much over the last few years to become a very competent and very good rugby side. They lead at half-time, and rightfully so too. They got a bit of a shock right at the start. The try coming for Canterbury. Patrick Osborne got the damage done, but they've fought their way back tooth and nail. Penalties, kicks upfield, just searching for any little scraps, and that's what they've got as well. They've led the game on possession, 54-46, but down on territory a touch, 58-42. Both teams making high tackles. The injury to Osborne, don't really call that a problem when you can bring on an All Black like Ryan Crotty. Line breaks, only 4 in the match, 3 going the way of Canterbury, yet it stands at 1 try apiece. Canterbury trailing by 3. Tasman leading Big Brother at the moment, the Makos. Hungry for some more in the second half here at Trafalgar Park. Remember, Ranfurly Shield on the line. It's all to play for. Tasman will want to hold the shield. Boy, more than anything against Canterbury as well. Their next door neighbour. Part of the Crusaders franchise, both these sides. So players know each other very well in these parts. And Tasman, Canterbury, it is a grudge match. 13-10 the scoreline. Tasman with the lead. Let's get back down the second half. About to kick off. Well, this man, Marty Banks, has single-handedly led this Tasman Makos team in the first half. He kicks off the second with a good kick deep down into Canterbury areas. And it's taken beautifully from Nasi Manu. Here's Hines, he's been taken backwards numerous times. Here's Willie Hines, here's another one. Can they get it back here? No, Tasman do it. Cowan goes short to Lowe. Lowe looks to put the speed on. Christie with the offload. Funatia over the top. Banks can't get in. Great tackle coming in there. Stopping Banks just meters short. Again, Tasman running off. Funatia running, looking to offload to Heem. And Bryce Heem will get one. He was lying on the ground, struggling to get up from his last tackle. And he's found himself trotting in for a try. Well, right place, right time from Bryce Heem. And look at it, you watch here, if you can see him, he's just got up. And then he's seen Funatia out there with no one in front of him. And Funatia did brilliantly to set him up. But Heem Oh, goodness me. Could you have possibly done any better? Maybe if he didn't struggle to get up, he wouldn't have been in that position. But Tasman, well, we talked about luck at the start of the match. And that's another stroke for the Makos. Goodness me. What else could happen in this match? It's 18-10. And now Banks has a slight breeze at his back. Steps up. Oh, this one's gonna just skim it wide. Well, that's a bit of a costly miss there. Tasman will be wanting every single point they can get their hands on. Second try, 18-10. Still, the leaders over that 7-point margin, which is the difference for a try. Canterbury don't care about bonus points here. They just want their shield as well. Everyone wants their hands on the shield as Christie. Taken in a good tackle from McNichol. And Tasman is struggling here. They've lost the ball. No numbers to the ruck. Carter goes infield and he finds support from Romano.
Release.
Hines. Franks finding support. Taylor. More wide. Carter going outside for Crotty. Crotty back to Taylor, to Carter. And Carter eventually goes down. Just busting off tackles everywhere, but Banks turns him over. Banks swings it wide. Christie on the ball. And Christie, of all players, just thumping this down the middle of the park. Richie Moanga picks it up. And he returns it into the 22 of Tasman. And Tasman, through Marty Banks, have taken the mark. And they'll slow things down here, which will, well, that will only annoy Canterbury. Because they have it all to do. Banks. Oh, he's turned the other way, and he's smashed this up towards halfway. Canterbury miss it on the first go. Todd has to have a second, and it comes back. Eventually going away, Moanga finds Taylor.
Release.
And Taylor, on the 10-metre line, his own side of the field. Goes to Whitelock, who finds support in Manu, but Halo Nukunuka thumps him to the ground. Another short run, they come left side. Oh, now we got a bust through Blindell, and he's taken high. 60 minutes in, another high tackle. This time it's from Tim Perry. I'll imagine it's out of kicking range, but would Carter want to have a go? 55 on a slight angle? No, not interested, which kind of surprises me. 3 points there would have been massive. It would have put them inside that 7-point buffer. And a try would have drawn it, but of course a draw is no good for the challengers. A draw will mean Tasman hold on to the shield. Here's Taylor to throw in. To the middle, Whitelock, go-to man, why not as well? And now they swing it wide, finding support. Crotty opens it up for Whitelock. Back and field, Fonatier intercepts. Kelvin's on hand. Can they retain the ball? It's the battle of the forwards. Oh, Tasman have done enough. Great work from Tasman. Banks.
Advantage.
Banks knocks on. Oh, big mistake from Marty Banks as Romano has picked it up. And Hines has gone scrambling through. Advantage quickly over for the knock on. Franks goes short. Taylor. Back in field. Advantage Canterbury. Surely that's offside. Advantage over. Oh, driven back goes Franks.
Release.
How close does he need to get? Hines gives it short. Taylor over the top, and it's a try for Crotty. It's a try for Ryan Crotty. 15-18 is the score. Canterbury hit back. Wow, we have one hell of a matchup in store here. Tasman making the vital mistake of not clearing that ball. Taylor could have gone himself, but threw a beautiful pass in the tackle as he was drifting to the ground. It was a perler of a pass. Watch this one. Around the outside. Good pass. And it is Ryan Crotty who benefits. He gets the try. And that right wing has been beneficial for the Cantabs in this match. Both tries coming from that side of the field. And Daniel Carter could put it within one. Steps up. You would put your money on him to get this, and he does. Well, houses have been won. Betting on Daniel Carter's kicks, no doubt. 10 to go. 1 point in this match. Tasman, 18. Canterbury, 17. Marty Banks kicks off yet again, and he goes to the left side this time, and it's all well taken but well tackled as well from Adam Whitelock. All hands on deck here for Tasman in defence. Crotty goes short, he's found Manu, who goes short to Romano, and Cowan. Oh, great tackle from Cowan, Luke Romano. You saw him there, really slowed up in that corner, waited for some help, it was not coming. And with 6 to go, Tasman have a line out 30 metres from Canterbury's line. And comes the throw. Kivabuddy gives it down for Cowan. Jimmy Cowan for the corner. He won't get it. He's out. Into touch, Jimmy Cowan. His super run. Spotted the gap. And he did everything he could. But he was just short. And in the end, into touch he went. 3 to go. All stolen! Again, Cowan runs it out. He finds Marshall. Fires a big one to Heem. And Heem has gone himself just short. Cowan. Oh, Cowan bags. Bags will hold it. And he'll keep the Shield in Tasman. Well, Marty Banks, man of the match. He has just beautifully directed this whole game. One man single-handedly has done it for Tasman. 1 minute on the clock. He has scored what will be the definitive answer to this game. Wide they went. Heem straightened it up. It was probably the difference, him straightening it, that really created the space. Cowan took our blind owl, seen Matt Banks running around the back. A simple finish for the fly half. He has been simply sensational tonight. 23-17. Full time goes. Banks to finish this match, and Canterbury are going home empty-handed because Banks has done it. He's nailed the kick, and as the difference is 8 points, Canterbury won't even get a bonus. What's a kick in the teeth from Tasman? Big Brother has come to town to steal the show, and the Makos have shut them out. A brilliant display, a dedicated display, a dominant display, and one that this crowd and this region should be immensely proud of. All these All Blacks are no substitution for immense passion, and that on the end of the day was the difference between these two sides. Marty Banks was also a pretty big contributing factor. Let's check out the scoreboard here. 25-17 Tasman. Well, your fans better be eating this one up, because that is a victory of a lifetime. They now sit atop the table by themselves, having taken over from Canterbury. What a result, what a huge match it was, really close. But in the end, Banks did enough with his side. 2 tries he got, Marty Banks, and Bryce Heem got the third. Apart from Heem, it was really the Marty Banks show. 2 conversions, 2 penalties. It was a game of where accumulate, get points on the board, doesn't matter how many, just keep it ticking over. Tasman did that, and well, that was really the winning of the match. Just their constant pressure and getting that ball up into the Canterbury half. As for the Cantabrians, 2 tries for them. Osborne and Crotty both on the right wing. Osborne injured, bit of a bad one for him. Carter got 2 from the kicking tee with conversions, and also added 1 penalty goal as well. Well, it was a real tussle out there. Possession and territory were just about dead even. Tasman took a little nudging extra. Line break stepped up again in the second half, but it was still Canterbury who came away with 6 to Tasman's 4. The injury, of course, a big blow, losing Osborne, and the tackle count, look at that, 45-42, just about dead even as well. A massive result for Tasman. They keep the Shield for at least another week. Who will their next challenge be up against? We will have a look in a minute, but let's just enjoy this moment. Tasman 25, Canterbury 17. So So following the rest of the matches in round 4, we have just one game remaining, and that is Hawke's Bay hosting the Southland Stags. But Tasman, that beautiful match we just watched, 25-17 over Canterbury. That was something beautiful to behold. Other games from round 4, Manawatu, the Turbos with a 22-15 win over the Counties Manukau Steelers. The Wellington Lions getting one over the Mooloos from Waikato, 37-12. And it is Auckland 26 over Northland 16. And one match left, Hawke's Bay versus Southland. But the forward-looking of you would notice that round 5 has Tasman versus Southland. Now, for that match, might as well get in early, but there is 3 options. One of which, play with Tasman, defend the Shield. Play with Southland, take the Shield, attempt to anyway. Or, third option, and maybe one I'm leaning towards at the moment, is let the AI decide. Have Tasman versus Southland uncontrolled and see who will come out the better side at the end of the day. That's where I'm heading at the moment. If you have an input on what you want to see, do let me know for that one. As for now, the next match, Hawke's Bay versus the Stags. Let's check out the standings, and Tasman up the top there. Look at that, 4 wins from 4 matches, and the beautiful Ranfurly Shield to boot. 16 points, 3-point buffer over Wellington, who, surprise, surprise, nothing like real life at all, are sitting second. Canterbury dropped down to third. Bay of Plenty, once again, nothing like the actual competition this year, are up in 4th. Great for the Bay. Auckland 5th, County 6th, Manawatu, the Bucketheads in 7th, North Harbour 8th, and the Stags down the bottom there in 9th place. Well, not really at the bottom, but 14 sides. Southland sit just below the halfway mark. They face Hawke's Bay next, who are 13th. Some big unions in the middle there, Taranaki, Otago, Waikato and Northland, who round out the foot of the table. So that sets us up for the final match of round 4, Southland travelling up to Hawke's Bay McLean Park to face Hawke's Bay for round 4. Final match of Stags on the road for their match this week. So that is me for today. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed that thrilling match around Ranfurly Shield, bringing out the best in the Makos at the moment, and I'll see you again for round 4, the final match, Southland versus Hawke's Bay. Thank you for watching, and until then, take care.